to buy crypto, we need a couple of things. So number one thing we need is, what do I need to buy cryptos? Write in the chat, everyone. Remember, this is a workshop, so that means that you should do the work here. I should not really do much. Yeah, we need an exchange. That's perfect. Exactly. So we need an exchange. We're going to build a foundation now. This is really important, so make sure you do listen. Awesome. We need an exchange. So what exchanges can we use? We're going to use two on the workshop today. So we're going to be focusing on Coinbase, and we're going to focus on Binance. However, you can use very good, thank you. But if you have set up something else that you used to using, because some of you might be in the US, you might be all over the world. So you can use other exchanges as well. That is okay. So if you want to list some of them, you can. So some of the other ones you can use is, Kraken is great, absolutely. So Kraken, you can use Qcoin, absolutely. You can use Bittrex if you like. You could use Crypto.com is another example. There's many you can use, right? Yep, you can use FTX is another one. So you can use the bigger exchanges that are famous. And not really Bybit, because that's more of a trading platform, so we're not really using that. So this would be it, right? These would be, right, the ones that you can use. And some other ones as well. So we're using those in order for us to buy crypto. All right? And those are the exchanges. So what you do is you get fiat into those exchanges. So fiat is really the money we have today. It's dollars, euros, it's pounds. It's all of those, right? Whatever you have, that's it. So you deposit fiat in here, and that could be via card or a bank transfer, right? Well, bank transfer. So those would be the two ways you do that. All right, so you can buy cryptos. Great. So the way we're going to do this is now we're going to set up two things. We're going to have a look at the exchanges. So we're going to focus on Coinbase and Binance. But okay, let's see. So, but what we're going to be also focusing on is your tool where you do your analysis. So in order for you to buy cryptos, you also need to utilize your strategies, right? That's very important. We're not only buying, we're also having the strategies in place. And in order to have the strategies, in order to do and perform the strategies, we're going to need a couple of things. We're going to need one, we're going to need the charting tool. And for those of you who were on the pre-session, what charting tool are we using? Let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, perfect. Very good. So if you don't know about this, make sure you make a note. But yeah, we're using TradingView. And then we're also going to use we're going to use a calculator. Yeah, so a calculator. So this is how we're going to buy cryptos today. So what we're going to go through is, okay, so what we're going to go through is the exchange and the strategies and the charting tool, right? Those are the three things that we're going to cover today. So that's going to be awesome. It looks like it will take at least a year to be good at using TradingView. Well, I would say it depends, right? That's also mindset, right? It could take a year, but so what? You're going to use it for the rest of your life. And number two, well, you could learn the fundamentals. That might go a lot faster and be happy with that. Or maybe if you just spend a couple of hours, maybe learn it within a few days, right? But yeah, it's very profound, right? It's a lot of things to use in there. So this is what we're going to be doing. In order for us to buy cryptos, we need to set up the exchange, and we're going to have a look at TradingView and the strategies. And I'm just going to pre-frame this. You will feel a bit confused. It's going to be a natural thing happening along this journey. How many of you are looking forward, feeling confused? Raise your hand. Yes, absolutely, because it will mean that we're learning. Absolutely. Took me a month. Yeah, but that's the thing. When you've learned this, you're going to be able to use this for the rest of your life. And believe me when I say, if this was easy, everyone would do it. It's not easy. Not everyone's doing it. It's only a small percentage of the world, which is why we have such a big opportunity. So in order to have something that no one else has, you need to do things that other people won't, which is exactly what we're doing today. So you should be really proud of over yourself. I really hope you are. Yeah, TradingView is easier than it looks. Absolutely. Perfect. All right. So with that being said, we're going to get started here. So there's a couple of things. We're going to start with the exchanges today. So when we now jump into how do we use the exchanges, just to build you guys some context how this works. Okay. So we're going to create a small guide here on how you do this. So number one, we need to deposit fiat, right? We need to deposit fiat into the account. Now this might be the easy part or might be the harder part, depending on if you can verify yourself or not. And by the way, all of this, we have videos on every single one of these. Okay, fine. All right. Well, unfortunately, you don't need to be an expert at spelling to be able to trade, which is good. Great. So that's number one. We need to deposit fiat. Could be anything, right? USD, pounds, right? What we went through. But number two, then we're gonna buy cryptos, right? Buy crypto. And there's a couple of things we just need to consider here when we do this. So when you buy crypto, it's going to be with currency pairs. So what I would say that could be worth doing is to then, this is the one we're going to use. You can either then use, for buying cryptos, we can either use something called a stablecoin. I'm going to get into that, how we use it, because that's just going to be you're going to be able to buy a lot more coins. However, it's fine when you buy cryptos to also use these different currencies. So pounds, dollars, euros, etc. Whatever you have. And then it's going to be a currency transaction, maybe to BTC, maybe to Ethereum, etc. All right? So that's a process we're going to go through. But when we've bought crypto with the strategy, which we are going to look at, then we're also going to transfer. All right, we're going to transfer the crypto from one exchange to the other. But step number one will be buying the first crypto. All right, so I'm going to go into that and just show you around on TradingView and the web page first, and then we're going to go into the transfer afterwards as well. So this is quite simple, these steps. So I'm going to show you how you do it, and you just get a first glance of it. And then when we do the strategies, I hope it's going to be a little bit more clearer and easier as well. All right? Does that make sense? Are you ready to get started? Thumbs up if yes. All right, let's get some hands on here. Perfect. So let's jump into the computer here. Very good. Perfect. Here we go. So now you should be able to see the screen. And okay, perfect. Yeah, awesome. And now it's important that we focus. So the first thing we're going to be looking at is then the exchanges that we're going to use. All right, so that will be Coinbase, and it's going to be Binance. Now, Coinbase, they are actually interesting. So Coinbase are actually removing the Coinbase Pro. So what they're going to do is to actually remove Coinbase Pro and only use Coinbase. So what they did previously was that they had two platforms, like two bank accounts. So Coinbase will be like your bank account. So what's going to happen is that when you have logged in, you're verified. Then, and we did this in the pre-session, and I hope you guys did that as part of the home play. But it's like a bank account. So if you have a savings account and a spending account, two different ones, Coinbase and Coinbase Pro is the same thing. All right. So Coinbase Pro is just a more advanced version, and previously they had the easier version, the fees were a lot higher, and then they had the Pro version where the fees were lower. All right, so fees are a lot lower, but now they're combining them instead. So I'm going to show you. Coinbase Pro is cheaper. Does that mean we pay more fees for trades? Not anymore. You pay the same now, actually, which is really good. So you're actually going to pay the exact same. And then Binance is even cheaper than Coinbase actually. So let me have a look here. Ooh, that would be cool if Coinbase integrated with TradingView. That would be great. So when you go into, they work really similar, right? Really similar, the exchanges. But this would be Coinbase Pro. And looking at Coinbase Pro, let's have a look here if we go to, okay. So then you can see here that the address is pro.coinbase.com. And I'm going to go through this quite quickly because we did go through this on the other workshop or the pre-session. But we're then going to focus a bit more on Binance instead. So looking at Coinbase Pro, what you'll be able to see here is that when you log in, it's going to look like this. It is pro.coinbase.com. So you can have a different section. So it looks a bit intimidating, but you will have different sections here. And let's go to just Bitcoin. I think that will make more sense. There we go. So what you will see here is this, right? You will have a section here on the left where all the buying takes place. So you have your wallet balance, you have deposit and withdraw button, and you have the order form where you have buy, sell, and you have the different types of orders. We're going to cover that when we come to the strategies a little bit later. And then you have this happening here, right? You have in here, you have some red and green numbers, and this is the order book. So you don't need to worry about this, but I want to explain what it is. The order book means that's where all the selling and buying orders are. And then on the right hand side you have the chart, but you don't need to worry about this either because we're using TradingView for this. All right. And then down here you will be able to see your orders. So this will be something you can practice throughout the whole day when we're placing the trade as well. So now when we go up to the menu, you also have trade, but then you also have orders, you have portfolios, and then you have your settings over here as well. We can look into the fees. But looking at the portfolio, which is the other one, if you press on that, you will come to this page here. And by being in that page, what you will be able to see here is, why do we use TradingView if it is on Coinbase Pro? We use TradingView because it's a lot easier. So it's a lot easier to use, and also it's just easier to create watch lists, and all your drawings get saved. I'll speak about the benefits in a moment, but it's just a lot better and easier to use. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So in the portfolio, you have the portfolio of your coins here, and you can see I have, 0.001 USDC on here. But what you can see on the left-hand side is that you have a portfolio page. So what you'll be able to see here is that you can actually create up to 25 different portfolios. So what your brain might say now is, aha, I can actually have one portfolio for each of the strategy, and that would be correct. And we're going to explore this with the contrarian momentum tomorrow as well. So currently, what you have is this one here. And this would be contrarian momentum. I've named these to different. I have the default portfolio. The default portfolio is where you have the, that's where all the coins comes in. That's where the money comes in when you do a deposit via the bank. And then you can create these other ones. And in order to transfer money from the default portfolio to the one you created, you then go and press deposit or withdraw, right? So if I go to my next account and I want to put money in there, so what needs to happen, you have two buttons here. And this would usually be the same on most exchanges. So when we have a look here, if you have two buttons here, deposit, and you have the one that says withdraw. Now, let me ask you this. If I want to put money into my account, what do I do then? Which button do I press if I want to put money into my account? I want to get money in, right? Perfect. Then you press this. This is money into your account. If you want to get money out from your account, what do you press? Very good. Absolutely. Then you press this one. Now you get money out. So, if I want to transfer from Coinbase to Binance. So let's say I want to transfer, well, first and foremost, if I want to get money into my account, fiat, if I want to get pound, euro, dollars, which button do I press? Very good. I press deposit. This would be to add money to the account. Absolutely. Plus. So this would be to deposit fiat. Very good. So here, if I now want to deposit money in Binance, I want to send money from Coinbase to Binance, which button do I press? I want to, so on Coinbase, I want to send the money to Binance. So where do I press deposit? On Binance or Coinbase? That's a strange question, I'm sure. So on Coinbase, exactly, I want to take money out from Coinbase and into, so coin, right? Base. I want to withdraw money from Coinbase and into my Binance. Does this make sense? Yeah? Perfect. Very good. Well, Natalie, we're going to focus on Binance really, but for now you can use Coinbase Pro. Alright, so now if I want to then send, let's say Bitcoin or Ethereum as an example, let's do that. Ethereum. I need something here. So when you press withdraw from here, when you press deposit from here, what will happen is, and you press deposit, Ethereum, it's going to give you, alright, so this would be the address. This is just an example. So you get random numbers of letters and numbers, and this is the one you then need to add when you press withdraw. They're going to ask you, okay, so where do you want to withdraw the money to? So, okay, you need an account number. So the account number is this one here. I'm going to show you more of this. But does this make sense? So you need to have exactly the same way as if you were going to send money to me. I need your account number, right? Or you need my account number. If you're going to send it to me, you need my account number. I need to give you my account number. If I have Revolut, you need to have my account number. So you can send money to me. Right? The same here. If I'm going to send cryptos to you, if you're going to send from one exchange to the other, you need to have the correct address and it needs to match. And one thing you can write down there is to always copy and paste. Is this making sense? Thumbs up if this is making sense. Perfect. Awesome. So we're taking this one step at a time. This is very, very important that we do that, of course. Perfect. All right. So with that being said, if we now look back at the computer, so if I want to put money from my default account to this one, the second one I created, which button do I press? So I'm on the second account now. I want to put money into that account. Do I press deposit or withdraw? So since I want to put money into the account, exactly, I press deposit. And then we'll have some different alternatives here. So when I press deposit, I need to choose the asset. So let's just do Bitcoin as an example. And then I can switch it between my Coinbase Pro portfolios. And when I do that, then you can see that from this default portfolio to this, and I send the amount that I can. And I press deposit. And then it's going to change over to the other account. So if I want to deposit, I want to put fiat money in dollars, pounds. I want to put that into my Coinbase account. Which one do I press? Deposit or withdraw? Absolutely. So deposit. So now I then search for, so I'm going to deposit euros as an example. And you can see I can do a SEPA transfer and do it for a Coinbase Pro portfolio or from Coinbase.com, the other account. So if I press a SEPA transfer, it will then, I press continue. There you go. So then it's going to give me everything I need in order to make the transfer, an IBAN transfer. And you do this the reverse if you want to, or when you want to withdraw money back, right? When you want to take your money out, you do the reverse. Does that make sense? So I know it looks maybe a little bit intimidating, but that's how it works, right? So it just needs a bit of practice. So SEPA, that's a bank deposit in Europe. It's called SEPA transfer, so you don't need to worry about that. But it's gonna say wire transfer, bank transfer on yours. So that's how you would do it. Now this is now when it becomes interesting, because now we're gonna have a look at how we can send it to Binance and then how we can buy cryptos as well. So if I now go over to Binance, let's look at getting the code here. Nice. So here we go. You can use regular Coinbase as well, but I don't think they switched the fees yet, Mark. So I'm using Coinbase Pro still because the fees are smaller. So we're gonna, as soon as they moved over and everything is done, we're gonna record a new video on that. Oops. All right. So here we go. So now I'm logged in, right, to my Binance account, and it does look a little bit more intimidating. There are some easier and more difficult ways of using this, but I think it's going to be good for everyone to just go through very briefly. So there's a lot of functions here in Binance when you log in, and in essence you don't need to know all this, right? That's the essence of this. You don't need to understand how all of this works. We're gonna demystify this as we move along in the workshop, but we're gonna do that one step at a time, all right? So the first thing I want you to have a look at when you log in, you just need to go through the verification process. But then, when we have a look on the right-hand side, you have a couple of menu places in the menu here, where it says wallets, and you even have this little man or woman where you can then go through your dashboard, and you can go through your security and all that as well. So what we're going to have a look at is where it says wallets, right? So you go to wallets, and then we're going to go to the one called fiat and spot. All right. So press on that. And accept. There we go. Perfect. And then you'll see here that you have the whole portfolio of some of your fiat, but also then a lot of your cryptos, or your cryptos will be in there as well, of course. If you have any. If you don't have any, it's going to say 0 everywhere. And you can have some on the exchange, but the majority, I would say, should be on your wallet, which we should look at as well, but one step at a time. All right, so that's pretty much it, right? So now you can see here in the menu that it says deposit, withdraw, and all that. So if I would like to put money into, so let's say pounds or whatever currency you can, which one would I change it to? Would I press withdraw or deposit if I want to put money into Binance? Very good. We press deposit. Perfect. So now, if I want to transfer something over from Coinbase, any exchange really, but to Binance, what do I press then? Do I press, if I want to deposit or put money in here, you press deposit as well. So one thing I want us to just have a look at quickly is this, because this is a question we get a lot of times. So when you're going to transfer over, some coins are very expensive. So for example, if you have a look at Ethereum, if you're using this to transfer over, you'll pay maybe between $10 and $20 in fees, depending on the mood of the Ethereum blockchain. Same with Bitcoin. It's also fairly expensive, all right? It's more expensive than it needs to be. So what we're going to do is this. So you can transfer. So when you have your pounds in here, what I would do if I were you, if you want to transfer it, you can buy directly, by the way, on Coinbase. You don't need to transfer it over. I just want to show you how, because it's part of the learning. But if you want to transfer it over, you then use pounds to buy any of these currencies here. Let's do it this way. So you either buy Algorand, XLM, XRP, you can buy ICP or EOS. Because when you then transfer that over, so to Binance, the fees, instead of this, the fees will be very, very, very small. So you pay fees of 0.1 cent or something exciting, right? So you pay not a lot. And then when it arrives to Binance, then you will transfer it to a stable coin, which I would say is USDC straight away. So we do this process to make sure we pay as little as possible in fees, and then we transfer it back to a stable coin. Now, what is a stable coin? Well, we have a few different ones. We have USDT, USDC, you have PAX, there's a lot of these. It's just different companies for the same thing. So, yes, you can do the same transfer to the ledger as well. Yeah, you can't buy XRP on Coinbase, they removed that, so that's correct, we can remove that, but you can buy the other ones. So what this is that one USDC should equal $1 US. Should equal $1 US. So this is called a stable coin. It's a crypto version of the dollars that we have today. And you can also, if you want to, you can also buy one that Binance has by BUSD. The one we recommend that we think is the safest is USDC. That's the one we think is the safest. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah, you can buy directly into USDC on Coinbase. The problem is that it will be transferred, I think, over this blockchain, which means that the fees will be very high. So that's why we choose one of the other ones. But Coinbase are integrating actually now a way to transfer with Solana, for example. So I think that's going to be really good. USDT, not safe, right? This might be. The reason why USDT is not safe, it's the biggest one, because USDT is not being audited. So USDC is being audited, which means that they verify that for every token or coin they have, there is actually $1 in backing, which is just really important. Is this making sense? Thumbs up if this makes sense. Yeah, how many of you are learning something so far? Perfect, awesome. How can we change USDT into USDC? I can show you how you do all that. That's not going to be a problem. So, for that being said, what I want to do now is the first thing. Yeah, awesome, Alice. Perfect. Perfect. So, what we want to do now is we do want to go to Coinbase. And then I've bought some Algorand. So I can show you how to do that first, but we're going to go into buying a little bit later. But if you have pounds on here, so what you do is you press on trade. And then if you have euros, for example, you can then search for Algorand that you can buy with dollars, euros, pounds, etc. So I press on euros and then I go to buy. Alright, so now you can see up here that it says Algorand euros, so you have pounds or dollars. And you can see here if you have any euros in there, or I have Algorand in my case. And now what you can see is I choose buy, I choose market order, which means it's buying at whatever the market is at the moment. And then you can press max, and then you're going to be buying. So that's that. And when you have done that, and you press place buy order, and then it's going to be appearing. So then what's going to be happening after you place that is that it's going to say you have less euros and more Algorand. So now if I want to send my money from Coinbase to Binance, if I want to send them away from here, which one do I press? Withdraw or deposit? The answer is absolutely withdraw. Perfect. So I want to do Algorand. Press that. And then I do crypto address, all right? So crypto address. And now it's asking me, enter the Algorand address. I don't have an Algorand address here. So I go to my Binance account. So I search for Algorand. So what do I press here? Do I press deposit, withdraw? Which one do I press? I'm going to show how to do the conversion. Yeah, exactly. I do deposit. So what's going to happen now? I search for Algorand again. Oh, there you go. And now it's giving me the address. So I copy the address. Always copy, never write, just write. Always copy and paste. Triple check the last three and the first three. So now I'm going here, putting that in. Okay, there we go. Use this address. And you see valid algo address. This is very important because it's actually telling you that it's the right address. So if you're putting in the wrong one, like an Ethereum one, Bitcoin one, it's going to say, look, this is not the right one. And then you press the amount you want to transfer. Maybe it's max, maybe it's less, maybe it's more. And then what you do is to then press withdraw. And it's going to ask you for the code. Let's see if I have the code here. And you see here, network fee is 0.002. That's less than 1 cent. Okay, so let's have a look. I should be able to enter this here. Coinbase, this is it. Alright, so 164791. So now let's see how fast this goes. I press withdraw. That is perfect. Done. Your withdrawal has started. Please check your wallet to confirm your algo transfer. Once it's initiated, your funds shall arrive in the network confirmation. Done. Perfect. So now that should actually be transferred. So now it's going over cyberspace, over the metaverse, and it's going to be landing in here in just a moment. So let's have a look and see when that arrives. But when that has arrived, you now need to switch it into USDC as an example. So what I'm going to go and do then, after you've done this, why do you need to check the first 3 and last 3 when you copy the address? Just to double check so it's the right one. Because if you send it to the wrong one, Grace, you're going to lose your money. And it's just not worth it. I would like to spend those extra 3 minutes. What is the purpose of transferring from Coinbase to Binance? The purpose would be that you have lower fees too, and you have a lot more coins to be able to buy as well. Should we do it along with you now? You can practice it later. I'm showing you how to do it. We're going to be practicing this throughout the workshop. And in a moment, I think it's going to come in as well. Can you buy Bitcoin directly, or must you convert to USD first? Now we need to convert it to USDC. So in that checklist, we now go to trade. You can go to Binance Convert. That is the easier one. So you press Binance Convert. And in here, you'll be able to do it. So you can go here. You can buy. Can you buy algo directly on Binance? Yeah, you can buy on Binance as well. This is just to transfer the money over. So now you'll see I have 132 algo in here. And I want to then convert them to USDC. I do, let's see, maybe 2, just to show you. 2. Preview conversion. 4. Okay, fine. Let's do 4. Preview conversion. And then it's going to say, right. So I'm going to get 1.2 USDC. And I press convert. Boom. And I'm going to have the USDC. So that's really how you do it. It's actually quite simple. And it's going to appear as USDC. So just to emphasize that, we're going to go through it again. You can ask this in the chat as well. And then we're going to go through into different orders and everything later. But essentially, the process is this. If you want to transfer, so you can make a note of this. I hope this helps. You can use this for your own benefit later. So you deposit fiat to buy algo 3, and then you press so withdraw. And that you would do on Coinbase. And deposit. And that would be on Binance. And 4, copy. And then paste. And then you withdraw. And then you convert algo to USDC. And then you're done, right? Then we can start utilizing the strategies. That's the process. And if you have your money on Binance, for example, so if you already have them and you just want to buy, so let's say you have deposit to Binance. So then 2 would be convert fiat to USDC, and then we're ready to rock and roll. So those are really the things there. So any questions on that while you're making notes, I hope? Why can't I buy USDC from fiat on Binance? Yep, you have that right here. That's the other option. This is just if you have them on Coinbase Pro as an example. So you can do this up here. You can do on Coinbase Pro as well if you would like to just use Coinbase Pro. This is just to show you the process of transferring from one to any exchange, right? You can transfer it from any exchange. So you can either just use Coinbase Pro, and the end goal here is that you have USDC, right? That's the end goal on both of this. So if you deposit to Binance, really to any exchange, it doesn't need to be Binance, just convert it to USDC as an example. Does that make sense? So this is just an example of the process, what you need to do. And this here as well, and this can be done from any exchange. So if you would like to transfer from Bittrex to Binance, great. You press withdraw on the exchange you want to withdraw from, deposit on the exchange you want to deposit to, copy paste the address, and then you can convert afterwards as well. Yeah, that's fine, Alan. If you have pounds to buy, you can use that. You always convert with market. Whether it is USDT to USDC or Algo, you convert to that for sure. You will understand when we now use the other strategies, we're going to do it differently. It depends also on the country you live in and the regulation. They have to deposit fiat. Absolutely, Angela.